Hello everyone. So in this lesson, we are going to see what are switches. Okay. So now let's say if the data set we have is like this. Like say if the chest size is 40, it means it is medium. If it is 38, it is small. If it is 44, it is XL, and so on. Okay. So now let's say if somebody is given a size, and we want to, let's say we know the chest size. Now what we want is the size. Okay. So normally what we would have done is a if statement, like a nested if statement. Like say if 42 mean whatever is there, the C10, if this is 42, then it is large. Okay, I'm just going to say how this. Okay, so if C10 is equal to 42, then it is going to be large. Okay, or you could have done it in another way where you would have said if it is 42, then it is large, right? So other way to do is, what if it is false? Then you do another check, which is if C10 is equal to 36, then you would say it is excess. Okay, this is what we would have done, right? Now I would say, and I would say this is what is there, and you would need to write another if statement here, right? Say in the, if it is false, and you write another if statement and close it. Okay, so let's say if it is 36, you know it will be excess. Okay, now here instead of C6, which is L, I would just say double quotes and I'll say L, and instead of C3 I would say XS in double quotes, right? So if it is 42, it is L. If it is 36, it is XS. And you would do the same thing for S, M, and all the other sizes also, right? So this is how you do with a nested if. So this is a nested if sort of a way, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you another way to achieve this, right? So let's say I'm just going to say nested if, then it is switch. Okay, so let's try to do this again, and let's say the size here is 36. So how do you work with the switches? You are going to say switch here, switch, and then first the expression, right? So the expression would be something like this, which is what you are going to test. Okay, so the expression is something which is known. Now that is 36. Okay, comma, value 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to check if it is 36. Is it 36? Then if it is 36, then you would say it is excess. Okay, so let me just close this and show it to you. Okay, if it is 36, if it is excess. Now if I'm just going to say 38, it will say NA because you have not written anything there. Now then the next argument is if C11 or the expression, the value that is known, is equal to 38, then it is small, right? So if it is 36, it is excess. It is 38, it is small, right? The same thing, if you have to do it here, what you would do is if C10 is equal to, let's say, 36, then it is excess. Again, if it is in the another loop, if C10 equal to 38, then it would be small, right? So this is what you would say. Right now if it is 36, excess. But now if you see the formula here, I'm copying this and I am mentioning it here, and this is the if statement, and I put it here. Now if you see, if I have to keep doing this, this particular if statement will become very long and you have to write a lot of conditions like C10 equal to 36, C10 equal to 38. Now here it is whatever value you want to find. If it is 36, it is excess. If it is 38, it is small, right? So let's complete this. Okay, now if it is 40, it is M. If it is 42, it is L. If it is 44, it is XL, right? So now if you say if it is 42, it'll be L, right? But there's one challenge, one difference between if and the other statements, right? So now if there is anything that is not part of the switch, it will not work. So for example, if you want to do here in if statement, you can do something like greater than or equal to, or a lot of other logical operations. In switch, it is more like a label. If this is this and then this, if it is this then this. So there's no condition that you can write, but this solves a different purpose, right? So this is about a switch, right? And now you see the whole switch formula is just this much compared to the nested if, right? Now if you go with if, you'll see that there will be more formulas like this and then more, uh, right? So it'll be more brackets to close, and you'd say if c10 38, instead of 38 you'd say 40. Then if it is 40, then it is medium. And let's say if that is also false, and then you'd paste that again, and then you would say if it is 42, then it is large. Then again you would say if it is 44, then it is XL. And you'd also have to close the brackets properly. So you see 1 2 3 4 5, then 5 brackets, right? So for every if bracket there should be a closing bracket, right? So now you see how easy or difficult this is, right? So this is the difference between nested if and a switch, right? So pros and cons. In switch you would be not be able to do an logical operation like greater than or equal to or anything like that, but if will allow you to do all of those things, right? So if I'm just going to say 42 going to be the same, 44, 44 will work, right? So a switch is a way to use it as a simple form for nested if you have, if you do not have any separate logical tests that need to be done, right? So this is about switch. Now let us look at some text formulas. Now we have been working with numbers, and now let's look at some text formatting that we can do with formulas, right? Okay, so let's say we have these data which is in text, but which is not properly formatted, right? So now if you look at these names, these are all, the case. The case means the capital or the small case. It has all been jumbled and it is very random, right? So there's a way to actually standardize these. So those formulas are something similar. Let's say if you want to do upper, okay, means if you select this, it will convert everything into capital case, which is also known as the uppercase, right? So this is upper. Okay. Now let's say if you want to do something the lowercase, right? So that's also very simple. You just do lower, okay, which would be like this, lower, this one, and now you can see this is lower, okay, right? So now you can see here there is unnecessary space that is there, but then everything else apart from that is in small case or lower case, right? So we have something apart from this also which is called proper case. Proper case means the first letter of each word will be capital, right? So for that you're going to say proper, and then you select the text. I can see that this is working for all of these words. The first and the second word have capitals, right? So now we have checked the uppercase, lowercase, and proper case, right? So now let's say if you want to do the remove these white spaces that are there. So how do you do that? Okay, so we have something called trim. Okay, so how do you do this trim? is very simple, which, let's say, if you have multiple spaces, it will just make it to single space wherever it is there, right? So I'm just going to say trim, and then I'm going to give the space. Okay, now you see there were like at least like one, two, three, four, five, at least five uh, breaks, which is just converted into one single space. Now, if I do this, now you can see that Karan Shah, Alok Yadav, Prachi Singh, Rahul Charan, the spaces have been reduced. You can notice that between the words that is reduced, and before the words also is reduced. Let's say if you had spaces afterwards also, that would have been reduced if you had them, right? So this is called trimming white space, and you can actually do trim anything that is unnecessary space, right? Now, how do you do remove these trim and also have it in a proper case, right? So you can combine both formulas like this. Let's say proper case plus trim. How do you do that? You just say proper, and then within that you write trim, and then you insert the value. Now you can see this, the space is removed and it is beautifully arranged also, right? So you can see this proper case and trim both have been done well, and it is easy for you to use it directly anywhere that you want, right? And now similarly, you can do it other way around also. You can first do trim and then do proper case also, like this. Is you're going to just say first trim, then do proper case. Now do you do this? Basically you say trim, and then you do proper, and then you submit this. Yeah, so you have to have two brackets. Now you'll still see a similar output can be achieved, right? So these are a few basic text based formatting formulas. In our next sessions we'll see more about these formulas. Enjoying this video? Boost your skills with our full course. Dive into projects, sharpen your problem solving, and become a confident professional. Ready to learn more? Click the link below or in the description to access the course. We would love to help you on your journey.